Hey guys, it's Bronson. A question I get a lot from people is how do I get started in multifamily investing? If I don't know what to do, what's step one? Like, what's the first thing that I do to get started? And what I tell people is because they feel a lot of times very scared, like, oh my gosh, this is like a 60s horror movie and I don't know what to do. Or they have the opinion that, this is just going to be really easy and it's just going to kind of fall into my lap and I'm not going to have to do any work. And I think either of those are not necessarily true. It doesn't have to be scary and it's not necessarily going to be easy. But it's important to think about what the payoff is going to be for you. For me, I was able to leave my great corporate job and retire with passive income. Right now I create videos and I'm able to go and do deals on my own and basically live off of my investments and be able to help other people get into these investments as well. And it's super exciting. And now I use my free time. I travel, I go to the Amazon rainforest and do barefoot water skiing. Well, I haven't really done that one yet, but I love traveling. I just got back from a trip to Europe. I love going different places. I love spending time with my daughter, and it really has opened up time for me to be able to do the things that I want to do and not have to live on someone else's timetable. So it's really exciting. To me, that's what it's opened up. So think about for you what it would open up for you if you had freedom of time and you were able to develop passive income. So we're gonna go over this in 3 steps on how you get started, and we're gonna share an awesome quote for you at the end. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing that a lot of people think when they get started is I'm just gonna not really do anything, and somehow just by watching a video or going to an event, this knowledge about passive investing and multifamily just kind of come to me, and I'm not gonna have to even really do anything to get there. And that's really just not true. It's not really how it works. There's a woman named Carol Dweck who wrote this book called Growth Mindset. And really that it's important that we have a mindset that says, hey, just because I don't know it now doesn't mean I can't figure out how to do it. I can't learn it, right? So if we make a decision to learn, it will really change everything. So that's the first thing I want to say is you have to commit to learn. You've got to make a commitment that you're going to learn how to do this. It's going to take time and effort, but as you do it, it's going to be a valuable skill that's going to change your life. Tony Robbins has this quote. I love Tony Robbins. He's got this quote. He says, "It's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped." Now, that's a pretty intense quote in a way, but he's really saying when you actually make a decision, everything changes from that point, right? So if you make the decision today, it says, hey, I'm gonna commit to learn how to do this, no matter how long it takes, no matter how much I have to do, I'm gonna get there. I promise you, if you commit to it, it will change your life. Brian Tracy has this quote that says, if you wanna earn more, you've gotta learn more. So there's a direct link between committing to learn how to do something, such as passive investing, and developing a way to gain more income. So it's really important. There's 2 things that we talk about a lot. I run a real estate meetup in Pasadena, California. If you're ever in the area, first Wednesday of the month, we talk about multifamily investing. And there's 2 things that help you grow as an investor. The first thing is education. Now, I'm not talking about getting a PhD. I'm not talking about going and getting an MBA. Those things can be helpful, but what I'm talking about is going to events, seminars, learning about investing. When you meet new people at a meetup or a conference, you ask questions and you talk to them and you learn. You also, maybe somebody's speaking on a particular topic that you've never heard about, such as land flipping or coffee farms in South America. Like, I didn't know that existed until somebody told me about it, right? So there's all kinds of ways people make money in real estate, and there's ways that you can learn. You can read books on the topic. You can go listen to podcasts. We've got the Mailbox Money podcasts you can listen to, which is great. We've got these Bronson Equity monthly investor virtual events that we do, where we talk about inflation one month and we talk about multifamily the next. And those have been awesome. We've got a lot of great feedback about those. So just different ways that you can educate yourself and learn more and more. Second thing is really about networking. So when you go and you meet someone, like I shared, you hear their story, you hear what they're invested in, you hear the mistakes that they've made. That's a great question you can ask somebody is, hey, what's one thing that did not go according to your grand plan, right? What's something that you thought was going to go well and it didn't turn out that way, right? Those are incredibly educational. When people share those, it's really, really valuable. So important you check that out. But I think when you go to meetups, you go to conferences, it's just important that you ask questions, you have an open mind, you're willing to talk to people, really learn about what they're doing. And you never know, that person may become somebody that you invest with, you partner with, and just you never know over time how some of those contacts can really benefit for mutual benefit for people. So I want to tell you the story about this guy that set up a call with me recently, and he was in the Midwest. He wanted to be an active operator. So I know a lot of you want to be passive, but this guy wanted to be active. So he hadn't really done any deals yet. Maybe he had a small deal or something, but he wanted to be active, and he I asked him, I said, well, do you ever go to any conferences? Do you ever go to any, sort of these national conferences? And he's like, well, no, I don't really go to any. I said, well, why not? And he said, well, I just kind of like staying at home and I don't like going to the conferences. And I said, you're gonna get so much out of going to a live conference, so much to a live event. You can do a lot of stuff virtually. You can watch YouTube, which is great. Watch the YouTube channel, subscribe, do all that. It's awesome. I love, it's great to be able to share this. Hopefully you get a lot out of it as well. But there's no substitute for being eyeball to eyeball with someone in the room where you're talking about investing. That is just incredible. So encourage you to do that. Just make a commitment to learn in whatever way you can. Just keep learning. All right, so once you've made the commitment to learn, the second thing is really, really important. I would say it's more important. The second thing is you have to take action. If you don't take action, all the learning you do doesn't mean anything. There's a guy at my meetup that I've known for a couple of years, and he would just talk about how he was going to do all this, and he was going to get into commercial investing and do multifamily and do all these different things, and he never took any action, and it just never happened. And it was like, dude, you're killing me, Smalls. Like, come on, just go do something, right?
You're killing me, Smalls.
And so, it's been said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So the first step is really to take the first step, just to start taking action, start to commit to do something, not just do something, but start doing something that will kind of work you towards your goals. So a couple ways you can do this, you can start taking action, is you can start getting on LoopNet, which is basically a site that allows you to look at deals that are out there. You can analyze deals. There's some folks that have deal analyzer tools where you can analyze a deal in 10, 20 minutes. And so you just start looking at deals, start looking and evaluating and learning how you can grow. And then, by taking those actions, you're going to start learning what a good deal actually looks like. You can contact sponsors, people that do deals. Like we do deals, there's many people that do deals. You can get on people's deal lists. You can find out about these folks through podcasts, through events, through networking, and you're going to get on their deal list, and you'll find out when those deals are available, these passive multifamily investing deals. So I think one thing that's important, if you look at 5 to 10 different passive deals, and you look at the assumptions that are being made, you look at the way the deal is, you're really going to have a sense for, what does a good deal look like? What's a deal that really fits my parameters, right? So you don't just want to do a deal, but when you look at, at least 5 to 10 deals, it's going to give you some picture of what a good deal looks like, and that will set you up for the next step. All right, so step number 3 is to invest, right? It's to just do it. Just get out, just find a deal and do it. I'm gonna be your drill sergeant today, put my drill sergeant hat on if I had one, and I'm just gonna say, you know what, it's time. Just after you've looked at a number of deals, pick a deal, invest in it, and it will probably go just fine. Worst case scenario, maybe you lose a little bit of money, but the big thing is that you actually learn in the process, because we can get so stuck in analysis paralysis where we look at so many deals, we do so many things, and we don't actually just take the action. If you take the action, I promise you, you are going to learn a lot if you have your eyes open and you're just paying attention. So it's really important you do that, and it will really help you on your path. Now, if you're interested in being active or you're being passive, it's very similar. If you're interested in being active, like what we do, we're doing multifamily deals. We've got about 150 million in real estate now. It all started with just taking action steps. When I made a decision in my life that I wanted to change my financial position, I wanted to do things differently. I was working full time, but I just said, I'm gonna read every book I can find on multifamily. I'm gonna go to every event I can. I'm gonna go to meetups. I ended up starting my own meetup. And at that first meetup, I met an investor who wanted to invest. So I found a partner at that same event as well, and I basically brought them together and I did my first deal. So you never know what will happen when you actually start to make a decision to make a difference in the lives of other people and in your investing. So it's huge. It's very similar to passive investing. It's just going to events, watching webinars, watching videos like this, networking with other investors. That's one of the best relationships you can have, is a person who is also an investor who can say, hey, I've invested with these guys, it's worked well. These other guys I wouldn't invest with, and tell you some of the stories, the war stories, the victories, all really, really important. And why is that important? Is because as a passive investor, you want 1 to 2 groups that you can invest with over time, and you can have the confidence to know that your money will generally double every 5 to 7 years. Now, things go faster, things go slower, but in general, if you can do that, you're gonna be at a place of financial freedom very soon. So I'm gonna give you now a virtual slap on the butt to get out there and go for it and do it. Now, I don't know why there's so much butt slapping in sports, but there is. So this is your virtual slap on the butt. Get out there, go and do it. Love to hear from you. kind of what it is you're accomplishing, the things that you're doing. I wanted to share this quote from Henry Ford, which says, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." So again, all this starts from making a decision to say, you know what, I am going to do it. I do have the confidence that I can get this done. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We're going to go for it. I encourage you to check out this video that says how millionaires are made and the secrets that you don't know about that process. It'll be really valuable for you. I want to see in the comments below, what decision are you making today that is going to carry you forward into the future? What's the thing that you're going to do after watching this video? Because when you actually share it, even if it's in a comment on YouTube, now you're accountable, right? So put something in the comments below. I encourage everybody to put something in the comments below because it will allow you to then become accountable. So if you're interested in hearing more about real estate, multifamily investing, macroeconomics, inflation, where we're headed from here, check out this playlist. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.